The Student Government Association breaks the law, barring Breeze reporters from a public meeting.
Then, right down the road stands one of the nation's 14 presidential libraries.
Plus, March is Women's History Month, and the Sports Desk highlights JMU women in sports.
And live from Harrisonburg, it's Maddie Night Live. See how this improv group brings comedy to campus.
Live from the Allison B. Parker Studio in the School of Media Arts and Design at James Madison University, this is Breeze TV.
Welcome back to Breeze TV. I'm Zoe Mowry.
And I'm Maggie Rickerby. The Foundation for Individual Rights and Expression issued a statement this morning saying it's disappointed with how JMU student government and university administrators handled a closed-door meeting this week. FIRE is a nonprofit civil liberties group founded in 1999 to defend free speech on U.S. campuses. In the statement, the organization says, quote, "We will be raising our concerns with James Madison University's administrators and are optimistic that the university will do the right thing by recognizing that even, quote, informal gatherings must be open to journalists."
So how did a closed-door meeting in the Union by SGA senators and Vice President for Student Affairs Tim Miller draw the attention of a national free speech organization? Breeze TV's Alexa Bonilla has more on how this issue started and spoke with an open government advocate who says the closed session is illegal based on the Freedom of Information Act. Alexa?
When SGA advisors and senators dismissed the public from a meeting between Vice President for Student Affairs Tim Miller and the SGA at Tuesday's meeting. The meeting didn't meet the high standard of closed session meetings outlined in Virginia's Freedom of Information laws. Shortly after the usual start time, reporters were told to leave, along with all of SGA's non-voting members. JMU Breeze reporters cited the Freedom of Information Act. The act says a public body cannot hold a closed meeting unless it begins with an open session. At that point, senators could vote to go into a closed session, but only if that closed session falls under one of the Act's 46 exemptions. Another issue is a closed session meeting was not on the meeting's official agenda. Any closed session meeting needs to be on the agenda and announced with 3 days advance warning to the public. SGA did not adhere to that regulation either. JMU responded to the Breeze's initial article and subsequent reporting. The university says, quote, "We will all work together to strive for compliance with all of FOIA's requirements."
One of the hallmarks of a democratic society is that we get to hold our elected and appointed officials to accountable. And one of the ways that we do that is by letting the public have access to the government's records and be able to see the government's meetings.
JMU's School of Media Arts and Design sent a letter to Miller, SGA President Nate Hazen, and SGA's faculty advisors. Journalism professors and other faculty in the school say the journalists who were barred from the meeting and the JMU community, quote, "deserve a public apology." So is this just a procedural issue or just journalists being sticklers for the rules? Ryan says absolutely not.
You should care about it because it's your government and you are impacted by these decisions, and it's your taxpayer money or your student fees that are going to support these entities. And so you should have a right to see how your money is spent and how the decisions are made.
You can pick up a copy of The Breeze on stands now or read the article at brewsjmu.org. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thank you, Alexa. Harrisonburg is the first city in Virginia to pass a resolution calling for a ceasefire in Gaza. After unanimous approval from Harrisonburg City Council, Mayor Deanna Reed delivered the copies of the resolution to Senator Tim Kaine and Representative Ben Cline in Washington, D.C. on Wednesday. Friendly City for Palestine, a local organization promoting advocacy for the Palestinian community in Gaza, played a big part in getting this resolution passed. Breeze TV's Sam Game spoke with a student member of the group on the significance of this resolution.
I'm here with Avi Stein from Friendly City for Palestine. Thank you for joining me, Avi.
Thanks for having me.
So Harrisonburg is the first city in Virginia to pass a resolution for ceasefire in Gaza. What is the importance of this resolution, especially since Harrisonburg is so far away from the current conflict?
There was a lot of talk while we were trying to get the resolution passed, which was basically to that same effect, which is this is a very symbolic action. For Harrisonburg specifically, it's a refugee resettlement city. So there is a very large population of refugees from all around the world. So a large part of it is that symbolism that Harrisonburg wants an end to violence. Harrisonburg is a city that values its people, that listens to its people. So there's that aspect. But there's also the aspect that being the first in Virginia to pass such a resolution, Mayor Reed told us that she would hand deliver it to Senators Kane and Warner, as well as our local representatives, Congressman Klein and I believe Good as well. So there's that, talking to people who can make a difference, who can do something, who can further get it up to President Biden.
How can we as JMU students best support these people in our community?
Community is a verb. Community is an action. Community is being there for people. Community is actively fighting for what you believe in. Community is talking to professors. Community is attending rallies. There's always some sort of demonstration nearby that you can go to. So there's never nothing to do. And if you feel like you're not doing enough, I get that feeling. Fundamentally, we are in a system where our tax dollars are going to promote violence. And that's how it is. And it sucks. It sucks to feel that way. But it sucks for everyone. And we have each other. That's what matters.
The gunman in the 2022 Bridgewater College shooting, Alexander Wyatt Campbell, pleaded guilty to 2 counts of first-degree murder of Officer John Painter and Campus Safety Officer J.J. Jefferson, and the use of a firearm on Monday in the Rockingham County Circuit Courts. According to a press release from Commonwealth attorney Marcia Garst, Campbell will serve 2 life sentences for the murders, along with another 6 years for the firearms charge. Garst said since Campbell gave up his right to an appeal, the families entered the agreement to avoid a, quote, painful trial. Garst thanked the officers for their, quote, heroic and selfless actions that saved the lives of Bridgewater College students, faculty, residents of Bridgewater, and beyond. Well, what we've got coming up next on Breeze TV.
JMU runs the Sun Belt on the field and in the kitchen.
Then students express how the career fair gives them new opportunities.
You don't want to miss what's next.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long.
So much flavor.
Eat and repeat while it lasts.
So much flavor.
It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl starts with dirty rice, topped with Cajun pintos, chicken, and cheese.
How's that chicken rice bowl?
It's bold from the bottom up.
Get a fresh, hearty chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. It takes 49 steps to bake a fluffy, made-from-scratch Bojangles biscuit. But to make it a country ham biscuit, it takes 50. Get a fresh buttermilk biscuit today with a slice of juicy country-style ham. It's bow time. It's bow time. Get fired up tonight because Bojangles has your dinner covered. Southbound, scratch-made. Not one of these, but one of these. That's more home cooking for your money. Order your family meal on the app tonight. It's bow time.
This is Breeze TV.
JMU has emerged as the undisputed champion in the Sunbelt Food Fight competition. In latest updates following JMU, Georgia Southern ranked 2nd place with Arkansas State University coming in 3rd. According to reports circulating on Instagram, the pantry has achieved a record-breaking $7,137 on Giving Day, solidifying its position as a leader in charitable contributions.
The Spring 2024 JMU Career Fair, a 2-day event where students get a chance to speak with over 100 different employers about career opportunities, was held this week. Breeze TV's Jacob Morris talked with attendees to highlight how important the fair is to finding future job connections.
The Career Fair is hosted by the University Career Center in the fall and in the spring. The goal is to help students with their future careers.
I also love watching the students. You know, they've prepared for the fair, they've researched companies they want to talk to, they've practiced, and so then they're applying it all. And so it's fun to see them getting excited about the opportunities in the fair.
Students are not alone in the process, as many work together to help each other find success.
There's people that don't know what they want, there's people that do know what they want, and it's just, we're all in this together, you know? And that was the most amazing part, the most satisfying part, is that there's no right or wrong way to do it.
Many employers have found success with students at JMU, which has motivated them to keep coming back.
So we generally have between 5 to 7 interns each year, and 1 to 2 always come from JMU. So that's really, it's really good for our company and for the students here.
Even alumni return to campus to help fellow Dukes with their future, like Aiden Leonard, who secured his current job at the Career Fair back in 2021.
Being able to, resonate with them and give them a little bit of peace of mind and give them my experience and what we can offer as a company moving forward. I like to just think I can help them out for sure.
Dukes can look forward to JMU's next Career Fair in the fall. For Breeze TV, I'm Jacob Morris.
In a state where more presidents were born than any other, Virginia holds a unique historical significance. Breeze TV's Abby Allard ventured down to Stanton to explore the rich legacy within the Woodrow Wilson Library.
It's hard to believe that I'm standing outside one of the very few presidential libraries here in the U.S. But what's even harder to believe is that not very many JMU students are aware of its existence. I spoke with professionals on why that is and how to bring more awareness that this library is only 30 minutes away from JMU. Just off Interstate 81 lies the Woodrow Wilson Library, a public museum dedicated to keeping the 28th president's legacy alive, showcasing moments of his presidency, both dark and light.
We've evolved a lot since that time. We are no longer a shrine. We talk about good and bad things that were a part of his presidential administration. That decision that she made, Edith Wilson, his widow, made back in the 1920s is the reason that we're here today.
The museum operates off of private funding. Kilgore says most visitors are from public schools and adult programs.
The Woodrow Wilson Presidential Library has a lot of really cool opportunities for college students. Not only do we offer programs for interns and really great programs if professors want to bring their students to sort of learn about presidential history, we're also just a really neat site to visit. We have something for everyone.
Phillips emphasizes that Woodrow Wilson's presidency, marked by the oppression of Black people, should not be overlooked, but rather closely observed.
If you're interested in history, if you are interested in public history, if you just want something to do with your parents when they come to visit you, we are not that far away, and we think we're a pretty cool experience.
Woodrow Wilson isn't just a library, but a historical landmark that enriches the Rockingham County, and JMU students learn more about the history that surrounds them. Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Abby Allard.
Breeze TV's Tommy Gerganis is live at Eagle Field to give an update on baseball's game against Cornell. Tommy?
I'm here from Eagle Field as JMU baseball is taking on Cornell. The Dukes currently lead 4-1 through the middle of the 8th inning. We'll have more live updates on the game and the sports desk when we come back from the break.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long.
So much flavor.
Eat and repeat while it lasts.
So much flavor.
It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl starts with dirty rice, topped with Cajun pintos, chicken, and cheese.
How's that chicken rice bowl? It's bold from the bottom up.
Get a fresh, hearty chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. Get fired up tonight because Bojangles has your dinner covered. Southbound, scratch made. Not one of these, but one of these. That's more home cooking for your money. Order your family meal on the app tonight. It's bow time. It's bow time. It takes 49 steps to bake a fluffy made-from-scratch Bojangles biscuit. But to make it a country ham biscuit, it takes 50. Get a fresh buttermilk biscuit today with a slice of juicy country-style ham. It's bow time.
Welcome back to the Sports Desk, your source for all things JMU sports. I'm Colby Reese. To hit off sports, we're going back out live to Breeze TV's Tommy Gerganis for updates in the world of baseball. Tommy?
Yeah, thanks, Colby. Well, last week, JMU played Fairfield in a 3-game series where they won the games 10-9, 4-2, and 16-4. The team went 4-0 over the last week, averaging 9.5 runs per contest, including 11 home runs. JMU used a 5-run 7th inning to overcome Fairfield in Game 1. The Dukes were helped by a 4-for-5, 2-home-run day from Coleman Calabri. Then, the pitching staff held the opposing's tags to just 6 runs over Games 2 and 3.
Yeah, the pitching staff has been great, man. They're throwing strikes, giving up to the defense, not having long innings, getting us back in the dugout, ready for us to do what we do on offense. And I think kind of the combination of pitchers and hitters has been tremendous this far.
Calabri hit 4 home runs in the series, with at least 1 in all 3 games, and Brendan O'Donnell hit 2 in JMU's 16-4 victory on Sunday. The team has hit 13 home runs through their first 8 games, a great improvement from last season.
We focus more on staying in the middle of the field and just playing our type of offense, and we have some ability to hit home runs on days like today. And I thought our guys still stayed in their approach and staying in what we're trying to do and not getting too big with our swings.
JMU will be riding a 4-game winning streak into their upcoming contests. They will look to bring the balanced team effort that brought them success over the weekend.
We're just going to bring that same mentality, every pitch is a new one, every inning try to score 1 run. When we do that, when we stick to our approach and stay in our process, we're a pretty tough team to beat, or at least we give ourselves a good chance.
JMU's matchup at George Mason, scheduled for Wednesday, is postponed due to inclement weather. A makeup date will be determined. This game is the first of JMU's weekend series against Cornell, with games on Saturday and Sunday as well. Regarding today's matchup, Cornell started the scoring in the first inning with 1 run. Cornell led 1-0 until the bottom of the second, when Brendan O'Donnell hit a solo shot to tie up the game. In the bottom of the 6th inning, JMU broke it open with a Jason Schiavone home run. Coleman Calabri followed that up with an RBI single, and O'Donnell also wound up scoring Mason Dunaway on a double to put the Dukes up 4-1. The Dukes lead 4-1 going into the top of the 9th inning, where Cornell has one last chance to break into the deficit. That's all I have from out here. Colby, back to you.
Thank you, Tommy. JMU football announced its full 2024 schedule earlier today. The Dukes will open the season at Charlotte on August 31st and then host Gardner-Webb at Bridgewater Stadium the following Saturday. JMU will be back in North Carolina in Week 3 to take on UNC, looking to defeat an ACC opponent for a 2nd straight season. The team will play Ball State on Family Weekend September 28th and Southern Miss on Homecoming Weekend October 26th. JMU will host a Thursday night primetime game on October 10th against Coastal Carolina. Other home matchups include Georgia State and the regular season finale against Marshall. Other away games for the Dukes are at ULM, Georgia Southern, Old Dominion, and App State. The program is looking for continued success as head coach Bob Tesney takes over the program, coming off an 11-2 season and a first-ever bowl game appearance. The JMU swim team is making a splash at the Eastern College Athletic Conference Championships right off their Sun Belt title. JMU sent 7 swimmers to compete against 23 other schools, including 22nd-ranked Princeton. No divers from JMU were sent. The competition ends Sunday, rounding out their last meet before competing in the NCAA Championships. In honor of Women's History Month kicking off today, Breeze TV Sports will be highlighting recent accomplishments from JMU's women's sports teams and the impact they've made on JMU's athletics growth. Breeze TV's Piper Hepler is in studio to tell us more. Piper?
Thanks, Colby. That's right. Today is the start of Women's History Month, and over the past athletic year, many women's sports teams have gone above and beyond in their performances, as well as showcasing notable players and coaches. Volleyball received its highest seed in the NCAA tournament through an at-large bid and was one of 4 teams to represent the Sun Belt. Field hockey head coach Christy Morgan was inducted into the National Field Hockey Coaches Association Hall of Fame earlier this year, adding to her long list of accolades as both a coach and a player. Women's soccer took a trip to the Sun Belt Championship for a 2nd consecutive season and made its first appearance in the NCAA tournament since 2015. Former JMU goalkeeper Alexandra Blom signed with a professional Swedish soccer team, Malbäckens IF, and finished her career at JMU as one of the most talented goalkeepers in program history. Swim and Dive won its 6th conference championship in 7 seasons last month, with noteworthy performances from swimmers Madison Cottrell and diver Alexa Holloway to help bring home the gold. Women's basketball currently holds a 20-10 record and is looking to defend its Sunbelt title as the team heads to Florida next week. Softball season is off to a swinging start with a 10-4 record. Pitchers Alyssa Humphrey and Kirsten Fleet have been named Sunbelt Pitcher of the Week. Lacrosse is undefeated and ranked 2nd in the nation after defeating North Carolina in overtime and racking up double-digit wins over Virginia Tech, Towson, and Albany. Each of these women and those who came before them have helped blaze the trail for women of the future, strengthening JMU athletic programs every day. We'll have more coverage of women in sports as this month continues. That's all I have. Colby, back to you.
Thank you, Piper. Men's tennis hosted Radford Wednesday at the East Campus tennis courts. Breeze TV's Andrew Perkson shows us how the Dukes secured a 4-0 win over the Highlanders.
Men's tennis extended its winning streak to 3 on Wednesday by defeating Radford 4-0. Picking up where they left off last year against the Highlanders, the Dukes got the doubles point with the efforts of sophomores Esteve Agusti and Julian Lozano. After failing to get the doubles point in their last match, the team was motivated by the early win for the remainder of this match.
Anytime you get momentum going, it's a good thing. It was great getting the doubles point. That's encouraging to know that we can do it. But I told them right after the doubles, the other team can do the same. So, put the hammer down and take care of business, and they did.
JMU continued its success in the singles matches and pushed forward after 2 Radford players got injured. Lozano put pressure on his opponent during his singles match, helping set up redshirt junior Yusuf Sadik to clinch the final win of the day.
I was feeling better knowing that we have a little more of a gap in the lead, and after that my guy retired, and I think for Yusuf, our number 1 player, that gave him confidence for sure, a boost of confidence so he can win the match.
That gave me the urge to kind of keep pressing, keep pushing. I think I had a little bit of ups and downs, especially through the first set. I was able to get a very tight first set. That helped me a lot with the confidence also, and push hard, and I got the win in the end.
The team's current momentum has the players feeling very confident heading into conference play soon after a slow start to the season.
Our main goal, it's important, the conference matches to try to get into the seedings and have a good spot in the conference championship. So yeah, I think we're on the right track, and with these 3 wins in a row, that gives us confidence. We're ready for Navy on Saturday, and we'll just take it from there, step by step, match by match, and yeah, hopefully we can get another win there.
The Dukes will be at the Hillside Courts for their next match against Navy on Saturday at noon. Reporting from the bubble for Breeze TV, I'm Andrew Perkson.
Sunbelt basketball programs will close out its regular season tonight with all programs in actions. Teams will know their final position in the standings following tonight's results. It's now time for this week's Loop Around the Sun. Starting here with the women's standings, JMU has clinched a top 4 spot in the standings, and that earns them a double bye into the quarterfinals. ODU and JMU will play tonight, both sitting at 12-5. Marshall has earned the top seed in the women's standings, and ULM and Southern Miss sit at 10-7, while Georgia State and Louisiana are at 9-8. Moving on to the men's standings, JMU men's basketball has also clinched that top 4 spot. They'll close out their season tonight at Coastal Carolina. The top 4 is all locked up in the men's standings, with App State still leading the way. Louisiana and Southern Miss are at 9-8, and South Alabama and Georgia State are at 7-10. The women's and men's Sun Belt tournament will begin next Tuesday in Pensacola, Florida. The championship games will take place on March 11th. With JMU women's and men's programs clinching a spot into the quarterfinals of the tournament, both will begin tournament play on March 8th. That's all from the world of sports this week. Zoe and Maggie, back to you.
Thanks, Colby. As we wrap up this episode of Breeze TV,
these Dukes are using their computer skills to create online worlds.
Then, are you feeling crafty? This new shop downtown has all your crafting needs for a fraction of the cost.
Plus, Breeze TV's Madeline Gallagher has your weekend weather.
You don't want to miss what we've got next.
It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
That's a New Year's resolution.
Probably won't last long.
Kinda like mine. Get more flavor this year with a boldly seasoned leg and thigh, choice of fixin', and a biscuit for $5.99. It's bow time. It's bow time. Bojangles' new chicken rice bowl starts with dirty rice, topped with Cajun pintos, chicken, and cheese.
How's that chicken rice bowl? It's bold from the bottom up.
Get a fresh, hearty chicken rice bowl for a limited time. It's bow time. It's bow time. Hurry into Bojangles for 2 scratch-made sizzling sausage biscuits for just $4. 1 bite and you'll want breakfast for dinner. Good thing we serve savory sausage biscuits all day. But this 2-for-4 deal won't last forever. It's bow time. It's bow time.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99.
A leg and thigh dinner from Bojangles for just $5.99?
A deal so good it's worth repeating, but it won't last long.
So much flavor.
Eat and repeat while it lasts.
So much flavor.
It's bow time.
This is Breeze TV.
Playing video games can provide hours of entertainment, but have you ever thought about how they're made? These Dukes are doing just that. Duke Devs is made of students developing their own video games through computer coding. I took a look at behind the screen at this new club. When Duke Devs founders realized there wasn't a space at JMU for video game developers, they made one. The club has taken off since its creation in the fall. The group has grown from just 3 members to a whole community of game developers.
One of my personal main goals that I had when I created the club was like, oh, okay, I'm gonna be surrounded by people that I like, people that share this same interest about game development. It's gonna be fun, and it is.
Many members are computer science majors, applying what they've learned in the classroom to their creative process. The Devs held their second Duke Jam earlier this week, a challenge where members have a week to develop a video game following a specific theme.
It really is awesome to see people like making something and finishing it, and being able to say, this is what I made, you can play it, you'd play it, and then being able to give your creation to someone, they can experience it on their own. I think that's one of the best feelings when it comes to games.
But these creative minds don't work alone. They lean on their teammates for tips and troubleshooting.
Being able to experiment alongside people is like very helpful and encouraging to like sort of challenge each other.
Each Duke Dev has skills to learn and share throughout the experience. Sophomore Nate Baker said he's improved a lot since he first started.
I made a whole game in a week, and I don't think that's a thing I could have done without them.
This community of video game lovers is only growing, and the club plans to hold more Duke Jams in the future. If you want to play some of the games the club has created, they're available online at itch.io under Duke Devs. Reporting for Breeze TV from cyberspace, I'm Maggie Rickerby.
Saturday Night Live takes the stage here on campus as Maddie Night Live, or as they like to be called, M&L. Breeze TV's Lauren Keller goes backstage to see their first musical comedy.
Just like Saturday Night Live, Maddie Night Live writes their own comedy sketches, and is the only comedy sketch group here on campus. This semester, the performers took a new tune, trying to take their comedy sketches into a musical theme. The performers took on center stage right here at the basement of Wayland Hall.
Maddie Night Live, or M&L, takes on a different angle of performing. While most JMU performing groups do improv, M&L writes out comedy that gives students from a diverse range of majors the opportunity to take on the art form of sketch comedy.
I was kind of struggling, being like, I just need an outlet for this, and M&L was perfect for it.
From writing workshops to rehearsal days, M&L creates an atmosphere for the small group to cohesively perform in any situation.
We get along, we laugh, we write the sketches together, so they're pretty personal, so the chemistry comes naturally.
This chemistry transfers over to the actors' ability to take risks and showcase their work on the big stage.
So this has just been like a really nice creative outlet for me to just like express myself however I want, and I don't feel judged or like I have to like meet some standard.
While the audience is laughing, the performers of M&L try to close the curtain with one important message for every show.
Be yourself because everyone else is already taken.
Reporting for Breeze TV, I'm Lauren Keller.
Do you have a hard time finding craft supplies on a budget? Valley Creative Reuse is in the Berg and to help you and the ecosystem. Morgan Craybill Gross is a Harrisonburg native. She discovered the creative reuse model while living in Pittsburgh, and she wanted to bring it to Harrisonburg.
the value of Valley Creative Reuse is that we're offering people in the community a place to donate these materials that they might otherwise just throw in the landfill because they don't have the capacity to figure out what else to do with it.
Gross says Harrisonburg has responded well to the model where community members donate supplies that would have ended up in the trash and can purchase new used supplies for a bargain price. So far, Valley Creative Reuse has kept around 9,000 pounds of art supplies out of landfills. And if you'll be out and about this weekend, be sure to bring a jacket because it will be chilly. Our reporter Madeline Gallagher has your weather.
Thank you, Maggie. For those of you waiting for an early spring, you'll have to just keep waiting a little bit longer. Temperatures today range from 21 to 49 degrees. It's currently 45 degrees with a 60% chance of light rain. Surrounding areas such as Luray, Woodstock, and Lexington are seeing similar forecasts as Harrisonburg. Saturday is a little bit warmer, and you can expect temperatures to be between 39 and 57 degrees with a 70% chance of showers. The men's tennis team has already moved their match from the Hillside Courts to the East Campus bubble due to the upcoming rain and its predicted severity. Moving into Sunday's weather, temperatures will be the warmest of the entire weekend, with a low of 41 degrees and a high of 62 degrees. There will be cloudy skies, but no expectation of rain. On Sunday, the whole county will be seeing temperatures in the high 50s and low 60s. This upcoming week, we can see temperatures across the board in the 50s and 60s again, with some scattered spring showers. That's all for this weekend's weather. Back to you guys at the desk.
Well, thanks so much, Maddie, for that weather forecast. We wanted to give a quick congratulations because SMAT acceptance letters were passed out today via email. So we just wanted to say congratulations to those new SMATties.
Yes, congrats to you all. And we are going to be taking a break for spring break. So we will see you all here, same time, same place on March 22nd.